I hope you've had a wonderful week, even though it's only Tuesday. I don't know what it was about last week, but Tuesday morning, it felt like it had already been a whole week long. Well, let's get started. I have got my whole table filled with things to talk about, all right? So, the first thing we need to do is clink in. Clinkety, clink, clink, clink. I am drinking, I think the coffee itself is called Don Francisco. I've only found it at Safeway and at Sprouts, and I think it's other places as well. But this is called I want to say nut butter, but I don't think that's right. Nut something. But it is super good, and it is one of my favorites. I don't buy it that often because it's a little more expensive, but I do love the Don Francisco coffee. I hope everyone's drinking something good today. Now, the first thing I want to talk to you about is you're probably wondering why I'm wearing a butterfly and my butterfly earrings. And that's because I am a thyroid cancer survivor. And so January is thyroid month. And the butterfly with the teal and the pink and the purple are symbols of check your thyroid, it might save your life. So anywho, I just wanted to say that today. If you have thyroid issues, I get it. Because I do too. All right, let's move along. Last week, I talked a little bit about our merchandise. And I'm just going to take a couple seconds. This is the cup, and I told you about where you can get one. I don't make any money on this cup. You order it through Magic Mugs on Etsy. And underneath this video in the description box, you can just go, the link to Etsy is in there. You can just go there and put in Magic Mugs. Pick any mug you want, and they'll put the logo on there for you. They're very inexpensive, and they're quick. And they're located in Texas. And you know I love to work with small businesses, and that's why we work together with them. All right, now, I also talked to you last week about the t-shirts. And the reason I have not done t-shirts again is because of the size issue. And this is what I have left right here. I have one white one, two yellows, and two pinks. I thought they were all larges, but they're actually all extra larges. The extra larges run just a little bit large, okay? And I would say they're closer to a 1X, but keep this in mind. They're all 100% cotton, and they're going to shrink once you wash them. I have not listed these in Etsy yet. I'm going to do that this afternoon. This is all I've got left. A white, two yellows, and two pinks. And we're not going to be doing the t-shirts anymore, and I'm really sorry, but there was just too much confusion with, I kept ordering through the same company, which was this company here, this Gildan. And you can find these, I think, at Michael's as well. But the problem was I would order them from one company and they would be too big. Then I order the exact same shirts from another company to have them made and they would be too small. And so what we're just not going to make these anymore. And so I'm going to be selling these on Etsy, and I'm only going to be charging you the cost of the listing and the shipping. And that's going to put them at about $8. So if you want one, you can go there this afternoon. I'll put these up there and you can get one, okay? Extra large. And the thing is, again, they're 100% cotton. They're going to shrink a little bit. But since I had these left over, I'm going to go ahead and offer them to you super cheap. The other thing is I got the listings back up because we're going to have our zipper canvas bags. They're nice and big, and they can fit a lot of things, your crochet hooks and stuff like that. Those are listed on the Etsy shop again. Our basic muslin bag is back on the Etsy shop again. All right. And then I'm going to be listing 2 new items. Remember last year I told you about the knapsack? These are awesome. I love these. This is a heavy-duty canvas bag. I should be able to get some of these today, and I'll be listing these this afternoon. And then the other bag I'm going to be listing is this one here. This is a canvas bag. I'm showing you the back because this is one that they did that didn't work. If you pull off the heat stuff too quickly, it pulls. If you wait too long, it pulls also. This one's not for sale. It's just a test item to see how it would do on this thicker canvas. And this is made out of the nice thick canvas that our zipper bags are made out of. And hopefully we'll get some of these listed. Not this one. This afternoon if you want them. I got lots of emails, messages, and questions about the things and when I was going to get them back on Etsy. So I thought I'd just mention that. What we do is they're not real expensive because I want you to have them if you want them. And so what we do is we just charge the cost of the bag, the cost of the screen print and having it put on, and shipping and the listing. And so we try to keep it super inexpensive. If you want them, you can have them. But 2 of the bags are already listed, and I'll get the rest of that done this afternoon, okay? I just have to go pick up some things and see how they turned out. All right? Okay, moving right along. I told you we have a bunch to talk about today. Well, I had a couple of people ask me, we're traveling to Colorado. Where are some good yarn shops to go to? Well, all the yarn shops that I have gone to, there's one in Denver that's really nice. I think it's just called the Denver Yarn Shop. And I've been there a few times. The people in there are awesome. But the ones that are around me have all closed. And so my husband and I, he's retired now, so we're trying to make some little trips here and there. He is working with my son, so it's not like he's not doing anything. And so on Saturday, we decided to go to a town that's probably, I think, 25, 30 minutes away from us, because we lived south of Denver and Parker, and this town is called Elizabeth. And it's a cute little town. They have a really neat little main street. And one of the things that we have started doing is collecting what's called Frankoma pottery. Frankoma pottery is made in Oklahoma. It was closed down for a long time, and we're collecting the old antique pieces. And it's a lot of fun. I like it because, I'm originally from Oklahoma. Well, not originally. I was born in Iowa, but I went to Oklahoma as a baby. And anyway, long story short, I love Oklahoma. That's my home. And they've been made in Sapulpa, which is right outside Tulsa, where I grew up. So anyway, anywho, as they say, long story short, we went antiquing, looking for some of these pieces. While we were there on this main street, I found a wonderful fiber shop. The name of the fiber shop, I'm going to put this over here under my other camera so you can see it up close. The name of the fiber shop is, if I can get that, Alpacas. It's called Antelope Alpacas Fiber Arts Center. The lady that owns this shop is amazing. Okay? She is just about the sweetest lady I have ever met. And she knows her stuff. In this shop, she had hats, socks, cowls, scarves. She even has a back room where she teaches knitting and crochet. And she herself owns and raises alpacas. And I'll put her link on here. If you're ever in this area, go to Elizabeth and go to her fiber shop. Antelope Alpacas Fiber Arts Center. And you can see here, I don't know if you can see it, but I'll read it to you. They have yarn, fiber, clothing, blankets, fiber arts, supplies, and classes. Knit, spin, weave, crochet, and felt. And it's right there on Elizabeth on Main Street. And it was a really cool Main Street, but this is what I purchased. I couldn't leave without purchasing some. This looks a little bit brown on here, but it's actually kind of a reddish, tannish gold. Isn't that beautiful? And then this one I bought just as a beige so that it would correspond together. And I'm going to make something really neat with these. This is called Bluebird Farms yarn. It's alpaca from Colorado. 80% alpaca, 20% bamboo. 200 yards of worsted weight, which is a medium weight number 4. I just fell in love with this place. Like I said, she has everything there. And if you want to support your local yarn shops, this is a really neat place to go. Now, I know a lot of you don't live in Colorado, right? go to her website, and I'll put that link down in the notes underneath this video as well, so you can go there. You'll want to meet her. She's always there on Saturdays. I think somebody else mans her shop during the week so she can take care of her alpacas, but she is always there on Saturdays. So if you swing by there on a Saturday, you can meet this lovely lady. She was talking to a couple other customers about raising alpacas, and I just stood there in awe. I learned so much just listening to her. One of the things I learned is that alpaca fur is not called fleece. Fleece only comes from sheep. The fleece, or the yarn, it's actually felting, that you get from alpacas is called fiber. I didn't know that. And she was talking about how they all have different personalities and how long they live, and how some of them are, like dogs and sweet, and some of them are like more like chihuahuas and not sweet. Although my chihuahuas are pretty sweet. But anyway, I'll put that link in there. Go to her website, check it out. You'll be amazed at the pictures and stuff. It was just a neat little shop. And if you're ever in Elizabeth, Colorado, which of course is south of Denver, and north of Colorado Springs, stop in and go down that main street in Elizabeth. It is just one of the cutest little places. It has antique shops and vintage shops and just all kinds of neat things. So anyway, I wanted to tell you about the yarn I picked up. Now, just so that you understand, it is expensive. These were $25 a piece. So keep that in mind when you're buying handcrafted, hand-dyed yarns and, alpaca yarn, because it's not acrylic yarn. It is well made, handmade, made by her, So keep that in mind also. But even if you can't afford to get any of the yarn, still go to her website and check it out. It's just really, really, really neat. And I think you just really, really appreciate what she does. All right, so that was another thing. Now, before we talk about what happened this week at Posh Pooch Designs, I want to talk to you about what I'm going to do tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to update a pattern of a wrap scarf, which is a big, thick scarf. Sometimes they're called super scarves. And I did this pattern, I want to say 4 or 5 years ago, and I want to update the pattern. But what I'm going to be doing also is I'm going to be talking about boucle yarn. What is boucle yarn, right? Well, a boucle yarn is these yarns that are super bumpy and everybody hates them, except me. I love them because, I love all yarn. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what to do, how to crochet these crazy bumpy yarns. And I have this pattern. It's super easy. It's basically double crochets and chains. It really, really is. And you can make a really lovely wrap shawl with it. And you don't have to make it as big as mine. I'm going to give you the multiples so you can make it shorter or thinner and everything. But I really wanted to do this because lately, the weather's colder. It's January, February. And I've been getting a lot of questions about, I've got all this homespun yarn or this boucle yarn, the yarn with all the fuzzy bumps, and I cannot work with it. It's driving me crazy. I bought it, but I don't want to waste my money. Okay, those are the questions. And so we're going to talk about that tomorrow on tomorrow's video. All right, so I thought I would tell you that in case you've got some and you're ready to throw it away. Don't throw it away. I'm going to help you with it. I'm going to explain how to go, and crochet with it and still be able to make something really pretty with these crazy bumpy yarns. Okay? All right. Now, let's talk a little bit. Let me check my notes, make sure I'm all up to speed here. Yep. Let's talk a little bit about what happened this week. Well, behind me is that poncho. Let me give you a closer look there. That is our funky, chunky poncho. Now, this pattern is designed to use those anniversary cakes from Lion Brand that are a bulky number 6. Now, you don't have to use that particular yarn. You can use any bulky number 6 yarn. Another thing that you can do is use 3 strands of medium weight number 4 yarn held together. It can be a little clumsy, but it still works just fine. Okay? If you're wanting a poncho that's made lighter or a lighter weight, you're going to probably need to find a different pattern because this is specifically made for the big, chunky number 6 bulky or chunky, bulky number 6 yarns, okay? It works up fast and it's super comfortable to wear. And the way we made the pattern is we did 3 sizes because it is made super big. The one behind me is the small medium. I normally wear a large and that fits me perfectly. Okay, just to kind of give you an idea of how that works. And it has a tie at the neck so you can cinch it in a little bit if it's just a little bit big. You don't have to do the tie at the neck. That's totally up to you. And it has that little fringe on the ends of the ties. It works up super fast. It's super easy and super comfy to wear. And that's what it is intended, is just to be a nice thing to throw on over your clothes. You need a little extra warmth or a little extra funk. And you've got that funky, chunky poncho to wear. All right, the other thing that we did was this blanket behind me. This is called the Sarsal Maroon throw blanket. And it's only called that because that means teal brown blanket. I was going to put striped in there, but it made the name too long. But you don't have to use the stripes. You can use whatever colors that you want. It's made with this pattern here that has the bow tie or butterfly pattern. And I wanted to redo this pattern this month because, again, thyroid month, and the butterfly is a representation of your thyroid because your thyroid's kind of shaped like a butterfly. And a lot of times they'll say people with thyroid problems are broken butterflies. We're not. Our butterfly's just broken. We're not broken, okay? And anyway, this pattern I think would be beautiful stitched up in an ombre or maybe just a striping yarn. It's really easy. It's made with medium weight number 4 yarns. And I striped mine these colors. And I made this about 7 years ago when I first originally designed this pattern to match this room. Because the colors in here, you can see by my shelving, I painted them, you know, the stripes on the ends of the shelving as a teal. And the room is all done in teals and beiges. My carpet is beige, and I have brown pillows. I have a brown couch over there, the fold-up couch that my dogs and my grandkids like to sit at. And I really enjoy sitting over there, putting this blanket on me and reading a book or reading my daily devotional or crocheting or whatever, you know. I also knit, and I also love to journal. And so it's just a really good blanket. I think it's a great idea for just a cozy blanket. It's not intended to be super warm, you know, with the holes in it because it's, you know, kind of a lacy blanket, but it's a nice throw to have around, and it's easy. I also gave you the multiples on this one so that you can make it wider or longer if you want to. Now remember, all the patterns that I tell you about in our podcast have a video on YouTube on my channel, has a written pattern with a photo tutorial. All right. And you can always find the written pattern with the photo tutorial in the description box under every single pattern that I put out there on YouTube. And I do it that way because, as I've said in the past, some people like a written pattern, some people like pictures, some people like videos so that they can reference back and forth, and some people like it all. And so I'm trying to make sure everybody can make my patterns and enjoy them. All right. Now, last Friday, we started some Valentine things. And so we did the sparkle butterflies. I got butterflies on the brain. Sparkle hearts. They're super pretty. These are made with, you can see the sparkles. These can be used as a coaster. You'll probably want to leave the bow off. You can use them as a gift tag if you're giving somebody a gift. You can use it as a bunting. Make a whole bunch of them and string them across. You can use it as a table marker. Or you can just hang it up and use it as decorations. It's just a fun and simple little heart with a nice lacy edge. Here's a pink sparkle one. And I added a little button. So you can dress it up as you want to. You don't have to put the bow in the center. You can leave it off. Super easy, super fun, super cute. You know, I love to say super too much. Anyway, that's what we did last Friday. This Friday, we're going to make a little rose pin. It's going to be a rose. It's called, I couldn't decide on the name, to be honest with you. It's a spiral rose heart pin, but there's a lot of words in there. And so, you know, when you go to put these things on Ravelry, you only get so many words. And if you put too much, they say that name is too long, you know, so you've got to kind of shorten the name. But it's going to be a heart that has a rose spiraled in the middle. And then you can add a pin to it and put it on your clothes, or you can make a bunch and do some different things with them. Anyway, we're going to do that on this Friday. Another good way to use up some leftover yarns and make something really pretty. Okay, I think I covered everything. That was a lot of stuff. Okay, now, don't forget about our giveaway, which is our mystery box. I'll leave the tablecloth. Our mystery box, you can see it's stuffed full of yarn. It's $50 worth of yarn, plus you'll get your choice of, let me reach down here and grab these. And I got a bag that's not wrinkled this week, okay? You'll get your choice of the muslin bag or this canvas zipper bag if you are the winner. And next Tuesday, I will announce the winner for the January Mystery Box giveaway. Also, the other giveaway we talked about last week was the charitable giveaway. And that's another company that's doing that giveaway. And so that giveaway, if you do charitable work and you make things for charities, like you're a group and you make things for St. Jude or Babies in the Hospital or dog rugs or different things like that, that you donate. I talked about this in last week's live video. Go to the link that is in the live video last Tuesday in that description box for the charity giveaway and apply, because they're giving away $2,000. I think the total is $4,000 worth of yarn. I'd have to go back and look at it, but I can't remember. But they're giving it away to people and groups in America and in Canada that crochet and knit and make things for charitable donations, okay? And you have to apply for that by the 13th. Today is the 10th, so you have 3 days to apply, okay? So make sure you get in there and apply, because they're going to be choosing those. And they'll contact you by email if you're the winner on that one. I don't do any of that as far as that goes. She just asked me to let you all know about it, because I know a lot of you do charitable work. You do. You talk about it quite often, and I think that's wonderful. I do. Because I learned a long time ago that when I'm giving, I feel better than when I'm just taking. Although, you know, I'm selfish. I can take too. So anyway, I wanted to remind you of that. Next Tuesday, I'll announce the winner of our Mystery Box giveaway. And if you haven't entered, the way you enter is to comment on last week's... Okay, reconnected. Sometimes I'm using a program that... connects me to YouTube. I'm not going straight there. I'm using a recording program. And sometimes it acts a little odd. Don't worry about it. All right. Well, I'm going to let you go on that note, and I will see you next Tuesday. Remember, go to last week's video and apply, comment to be entered in the mystery giveaway box, and hit that link underneath and apply for the charitable yarn giveaway. I'll see you next week.